Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Health and Wellness Spot. This is Dr. Lewis. It's a Monday. Before I start ranting, let me unmute my people on TikTok and also allow me to confirm that my sound is clear on YouTube. Yes, sound is back. Yes, I had muted it. I don't want you guys to listen to our secrets. So let's see if YouTube is the same. My people on YouTube, if my sound is clear, please confirm so that we can start this on a high note. It's a Monday. How was your weekend? Did you fast? Did you fast? Good, good. Let me close the gates before we start this. Loud and clear. Today the sound has decided to be very, very lenient with us. So welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching us from. This is Dr. Lewis. This is the Health and Wellness Spot. And today, another exciting and interesting topic about the surgeries that are being done for weight loss. The surgeries that are being done for weight loss. Spontaneous says, salute Daktari. Maki says, Dr. Muchila, I see all of you here. So yes, thank you so much for joining in. It's a pleasure to always have you here. I sense the energy that is always coming in the comment sections of my videos. I appreciate that energy. I appreciate the feedback. I also appreciate those people who fear being challenged. I put up a video that was talking about salt. And that salt should be eaten whether you have hypertension or not, unless you have a kidney failure or a kidney problem. And the kidney problem is actually caused by sugar. And there was a lot of energy, and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to even tighten up the bolt a little bit so that we move on the same rate, right? So yeah, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for being lenient with us. Thank you for even subscribing to my YouTube channel and making us grow every single day. Thank you for even following us on TikTok. Thank you for following me on Instagram and Facebook. We are 70,000 people on Facebook. Goodness, that is tremendous. We are 27.4 people, 27,400 people on YouTube. If you're not there, you are being left behind. You need to join the health crew. And we continue these conversations. And thank you so much for always being here on time, always reminding us that we need to be here to give you this health-related content. You challenge us and we challenge you, and we make it clearer for you. We break down health in a language that you can easily understand, even though you've never stepped in a medical class. We make sure that we bring the misconceptions about health. We also make sure that we unleash the dragon within the healthcare system. We bring out those secrets that have been propagated in the healthcare system by doctors who are extracting your resources for no good reason. We want professionalism. We want everybody to be professional. We want dietary conditions to be managed by dietary conditions. Remember, our main aim here is to ease pain and suffering from the lives of God's people, and that's our calling. So thank you so much for supporting this. Now, today I'm going to delve into a deep topic that is basically bariatric surgeries. Now, bariatric surgeries basically means the procedures or the activities that are carried out to make sure that you lose weight, but these are surgical. I will also touch on the non-surgical one, the most important one being the gastric balloon. I will also tell you life after the surgery. So what should you do after the surgery if you're told you've done it already? And I will also tell you how to tighten that skin after the bariatric surgery has been done. Okay, and as usual, we'll expose those rogue and those, who is this? Ready to learn, relearn, and unlearn. Good. I will tell you about the major drug that is being used for weight loss that is called Ozempic. You know it. It's called semaglutide, sorry. We will talk about it. What does it do? How is it working? What is the mode of action? And what are the probable side effects? And is it necessary for us to inject ourselves with that drug? If not, we will know about that at the end of this conversation. It is Monday, the 17th day of June, 2024. Welcome on board. From wherever you're watching us from, please put in the comment section where you're watching us from, where you're listening from. If you're in the traffic jam, it's time for you to listen to the health talk. Instead of getting angry and raising your estrogen levels in that vehicle, simply listen to us and you'll get inspired. If you're in a hotel, it's time for me to tell you to start fasting, even though you're serving healthy foods, because if you grow fat, you'll end up being lured to go for these bariatric surgeries, okay, or these procedures. So people who work in the hotel industry, you have a serious problem, and we are here to make sure that we correct that. Good. Somebody is saying gastric bypass is the same as ballooning. No, we'll be here to explain that, so just take your time. You will understand it. So let me say hi to my individuals on YouTube. Please tell us where you're watching us from. I see G Mula. Is it G or G? G Mula from Malindi is in the building. Watching from Kisumu Dala. Karibu sana. Who is this? This is Spontaneous K. I see somebody from Namibia, Elizabeth Andreas from Namibia. I see Meru Winnie is in the building. Watching from Namibia, that's Elizabeth. I saw that. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Who is this? Little ladies from the USA. I see the flag. Watching from, this is Embakasi. Oh, well done. Edith, I see you. Kimani Charles, Kahawa Sukari. I see somebody from Kisumu Town. This is Moses Trading. I see Doreen from Marsabit. Welcome on board from Marsabit, Doreen. Welcome on board. I see Motso over here in South. What is that? Is that South Africa? Yes, I think so. Welcome on board, Moto. That name sounds South African. Esther Qatar, I see you. I see El Nurdin from Moyale. Thank you so much for joining in. I have seen somebody on YouTube who has just joined our membership, and this is Min President. Welcome to Doctor's Panel. You will never regret that step. So karibu sana to the membership. Hello, Daktari, watching from Nairobi. That is Naomi Nyawala. I see, who is this? Molutsi Katolo from Botswana. Bungoma City is in the building. Unasema ako aje? Maki, unasema ako aje? Bungoma unasema aje? Kandui, you know Kandui? I've lived in Bungoma before. Bomet is in the building. That is Celebit. I see you. I see somebody from Mombasa. Utange. This is it what? Erico Levisconti. Hey, my friend. Mombasa kwema. Watu wa Bamburi. Watu wa Fisheries. Mpo. Machakos is in the building. I see Abu Dhabi is in the building. Agi. I see Agi. I see Kitale. Callisto. Hey, no, so many of you are here. Somebody from New Zealand. That is Eardrum. Eardrum, it's hard to trust you. It's hard to trust that name from New Zealand. All the same, welcome on board. My people on YouTube, Safi is in the building as always from Uganda. Agambachi. Ugambachi Safi. Chajiriwo. I also see Derek Karim is in the building. Felicitas Atideke. I see Lago Steve. Min President is in the building. And Min President just joined our doctor's panel as a member. Angela Mudoni is in the building. I see Keke Likafui all the way from Germany is in the building. I see Rachel Lavendra. Mapeseka Lukele. Hannah Kimani, I see you. I see Anna Oduor, Virginia Thomas, Carol Kibi, Grace Ntwik, Catherine Mudoni, I also see you. I see Eunice Kuria, Mary Kilonzo is in the building, Stephen Kimathi, Atieno Joyce, Happiness Adams. I see Daniel Mugi, Purity Wamboe, Queen Nell is in the building, Stephen Kimathi also, Alex, loud and clear, Carol Kibi, I see you. I see Kefa well, welcome on board. Anne Mashari is here. I also see Happiness Adams, I saw that. Anne Munala, Karibu Sana, Juliana Ngwira. Blessed is in the building. Agi Kelly, Jokonia Zulu, Rose Mbevi. Hey, so many of you are here already. Simon is, I see you, Simon. Who is there? Who else is here? Daniel Kialo, I see you. I see Jafet Mtungi. I see Queen Liz. I see Simati, Vihiga County, tupo ndani. Mvorandi, Vihiga County, Mvorandi, Mbendi, Mbegara. Karibuni sana, all of you. Doctor, how are you? I'm good, Henry. How are you? Rael, I see you. I see Pablo. I see Manazi. So welcome on board, all of you. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be educative. It's going to be challenging. And if you're not ready for the challenge, please do not step in. Step aside, so let us have these conversations. Okay? Good. So anytime you hear bariatric surgery, what goes through your mind? Anytime you hear somebody who underwent or is going for a bariatric surgery, what goes through your mind? And I'll read the definition from basically from Google, so that you get to understand the deeper meaning of it, because I'll make it easier for you to understand. So listen to this. Bariatric surgery, the definition. Just a minute. Listen to this. It is a variety of procedures. Underline the word variety. Now, anytime you see such words, you simply understand that they did not have adequate definition. So they decided to just go for, boom, a variety of procedures aimed at helping individuals lose weight by making changes in their digestive system. A variety of procedures aimed at helping individuals to lose weight by making changes to their digestive system. Mistake number one, a variety. Mistake number two, changes to the GI system. Why would you find need to change a system that is there naturally? That's why we start questioning. Why do you find need? Samuel Keep, I see you. Why would you find need to actually change the system? A simple question will be this way. If you experience stomach ulcers or gastritis, do you cut off the stomach? Do you see that analogy? Why do you find, who is this? Webuye Misihu Hapa. Think Saimo, how are you? Welcome on board, Saimo, from Webuye. Do you see the need of chopping off your stomach just because you had an ulcer? Is there a need? The answer is no. So why would you chop off your stomach or a piece of your stomach just because you want to lose weight? But of course, by the time you are reaching this point, I understand very well that weight loss is becoming a serious problem in this generation. Weight loss is becoming a serious problem, and this problem was actually brought about by people. The food industry. The food industry has made food to be so available, and the relationship between people and food has become so skewed. Now look at it this way. For you to gain weight, there are things that you will do to gain that weight. So for you to lose that weight, you will simply reverse what you did to gain the weight, right? But it's not easy. It is easy to eat yourself to obesity than it is to eat yourself out of obesity. Because remember, your body has mechanisms to regulate itself, okay? So your body understands that if you get to a point that you want to overeat, there are hormones that are actually produced to stop you from overeating. It's a negative feedback. When you're full, it's time to stop eating. So therefore, it is not making sense to tell people, to actually blame people who are obese. It's not making sense, because you see, these people have, sometimes I feel bad when I hear people saying it's in the genes, it's the genes. I see somebody here who inspires me a lot. Elvis, I see you. Welcome on board. Elvis W. That's a gentleman who inspires me a lot on these platforms also. So welcome. Yeah, so now this is the point. Most of the times when you see somebody who is fat, you call them out. You feel like you want to call them out, but you can't because you don't know how they'll react. And of course, it gets into their head. Anytime they walk into a room and people laugh, they think somebody's laughing at them, and they become so emotional about it because, of course, the rising levels of estrogen again because of being fat. They make you feel emotional about literally everything. Okay, and also the problems that come with weight gain, they make you feel very, very insecure. And that insecurity is the reason why you get so upset about very small things. However, understand this, that you did not gain weight because of genes. Have you ever asked yourself, why is it that in some families there are people who are obese, but there is this one or there are these two people who have never gained weight? Even though they eat everything that you eat, they've never gained weight. Have you ever asked yourself, where were these genes about 50 to 70 years ago, when people are very tall, men were tall and lean? Have you ever asked yourself that question? So therefore, stop blaming genes and also stop blaming God. Some of us like sitting in the comfort zone, so that when we tell you you have thick thighs and we tell you that thick thighs save lives, you become so excited about it. But remember this, I told you, anytime you get excited because somebody told you you're beautiful or because somebody told you you have a very good physique, that excitement is the same emotion that will come when somebody abuses you. So you'll get disappointed, which basically means from within you, you're so inadequate that you are relying on external validation, so that you want to post a video and you want people to comment on that video, you want people to view it. So you keep on going back to see if it has views, if it has comments, and you get so emotional about this. That tells you you're actually living a fake life. You're actually living to please the external environment. So when you grow fat, and I like using the word fat because you're either fat, you're lean, or you're thin. So these issues of chubby, these issues of plum, pumpkin, please stop sugarcoating these things, because at some point that sugarcoating makes them feel comfortable in their own zone, and we need to change these things. Yes, petite is one of them. So it makes us feel as though we are okay the way we are, and that's not right. The reality is, you know very well, even in your own space, okay, in your own personality, you know very well that this weight that you're gaining is actually going to be a problem to you. It's going to be a problem to you. So you understand the health effects that are coming with that weight. So now, why is it so bad when somebody calls it out? I once said, if somebody is fit or somebody is lean, and you tell them, hey, gentleman, you look very lean, or lady, hey, you look very well, you look very good, they appreciate it because it's the truth. Why is it different when you tell somebody, hey, bro, you're fat? Why the emotion? Why don't you take it? Because it's true, you're fat. You even know you are, and that's the reason why you're getting upset. Why don't you take it? Because the moment you become self-aware, that's the moment you start fighting it. But the more you resist it, the more it persists. You know very well, if somebody nicknames you and you resist that nickname, it sticks. It sticks. So the moment you accept the fact that, hey, I have put up this weight and I need to bring down this weight, that's the time you start changing your life for the better. But the more you resist it, the more it persists, the more you get emotional, the more you raise the estrogen, and the more stubborn your life becomes. Because we are products that actually redirect energies. So if from within you have that energy that is actually negative, I don't like using the word negative, just say that energy that is not right, you end up attracting the same energy from the external environment. So if you're seeking approval all the time from people, it means from within you're so inadequate, and you think external environment will actually fill up your inadequacies. That cannot happen. That cannot happen. You're actually supposed to be adequate from within, have a personality, have your own identity, and then people will gravitate towards you. If you find yourself always being the person to gravitate towards people, you're getting it wrong. Okay? So, I have seen billboards, I've seen brochures, I've seen placards all over the country. I've seen Facebook pages, people marketing bariatric surgery, people marketing these weight loss surgeries. Do you know why they're doing that? Because they know you are gullible, they know you are weak, and they know where to hit you the hard. They know the hardest. They know if they hit you under the belt, they've done perfectly. And now they come with these weight loss groups. And how many doctors are coming up? Doctors who have specialized in bariatric surgery. Same to doctors who have specialized in plastic surgery. You will see about 7 years back, the number or the ratio of doctors who are doing these bariatric surgeries are upside. The number is going up. Why? Because this is a lucrative business. Right now, if you have a pharmacy and you import a whole truck of Ozempic, you will sell. Because people are so gullible, people are so weak, and they think that medication or surgeries will come in to change their bad eating habits. So when I will be talking about the negative impacts of these surgeries, I will also talk about the discipline that comes with diet. So if you go ahead and do a surgery, okay, you go ahead and do that surgery, and you apparently lose weight, have you changed your relationship with food? No. Have you changed your disciplines for diet? No. Have you gained anything from it apart from losing the weight? The answer is always no. And I will talk about what doctors hide from you, because that's where the big deal is. Because if I'm intending to have a weight loss surgery, let's say like a gastric bypass, this is somebody coming to chop off my stomach and then reconnect it so that I have a very small amount of the stomach, a very small volume of the stomach, so that I accommodate less food than I've been eating. But as you reduce my stomach, you are actually reducing the amount of HCl in my stomach. Now remember that HCl is there for a purpose. We'll talk about that. Also, as you reduce the stomach, you're reducing the surface area under which you're supposed to absorb nutrients and minerals. Think about it clearly. That's why they always come with this sugar-coated language, and they tell you that Before you do it, you need to sit down and have a conversation with your doctor, an adequate conversation with your doctor. But look at it this way. Right now, bariatric surgeons are working with nutritionists. Nutritionists are always regurgitating the syllabus to you, telling you fruits are healthy, telling you to substitute sugar with honey because it's natural, telling you sugarcane is there's natural sugar and you don't have to fear about natural sugar, telling you that sugar is in your DNA, therefore you don't have to fear sugar. Eat sugar in moderation. Why do you think that combination is becoming very perfect and popular? That your favorite nutritionist is actually working hand in hand with a bariatric surgeon. Why do you think that is now a big deal here? Walk all over through these consultation rooms, you'll see there's a room for a nutritionist and then there's a room for your bariatric surgeon. Now this surgeon sends you back. When you come to him, you want to lose weight, you want to do this surgery. He doesn't go straight. He doesn't tell you outright. Oh, we can do this. No, he doesn't. What he does is he will pretend like you don't need this. You don't need this. This one, no, we cannot do this. Just the same way, gynecologists pretend they cannot tie your tubes. Ladies, they cannot cut off your tubes just because you're still 30. But when you insist, they cut them off. So they like to pretend like, oh, no, you know, this one is early, you cannot chop off your tubes right now, you might change your mind and you want to give birth. Then you tell them, hey, I'm the one who told you to cut them off. And then like, chua, you insisted. I tried to wash my hands. So this is the same thing that is happening. So they send you back to the nutritionist and tell you that nutritionist is actually going to help you with dietary modifications that will help you lose weight. Now sit back and eat those fruits because the nutritionist has said, go and eat the fruits, you will lose weight. But you people don't ask questions. You have been eating fruits all through. You have taken honey and you've been sitting at possibly Java, taking dawa, which has honey, every afternoon, sitting for 2 hours, taking that whole mug of dawa, the concoction. You carry even another concoction to work, 2 liters of it. You drink it successfully, but you still eat the same food that you've been eating, and you're still praying that this dawa will come through for you. It is not. That's why you've been there for 6 months. You've not lost a kg. Actually, you've added weight. Now you're wondering, this dawa is not doing anything for me. Now, because you're desperate, now this is where they capitalize on you. They capitalize on you. They know your weakness. They hit you hard at your weakness. Now look at it this way. So this guy sent you back to the nutritionist who regurgitates the syllabus to you, the same syllabus that made you fat. They know you will come back. Imagine you going to a doctor and the doctor saying, no, I'm not taking this. No, I'm not doing this. And then he sends you to a nutritionist. And then now from the nutritionist, you go ahead and add weight. But psychologically, you are so convinced that this doctor had best intentions for me. Because, of course, some do have the best intentions. So you're thinking, this doctor has the best intentions for me. And that's the reason why he did not do this surgery to me. He actually sent me to a nutritionist. So he cares about me. He cares about my health. He knows you're going to come back. He is so sure you're not losing a pound. And you will not take a long time. Imagine just taking fruits or taking those 3 meals a day and still snacking in and moderating for just 1 month or 2 months. You're back. And now it's time for him to tell you, now you see the diets are not working. We've tried everything. Now diets are not working. The only way is gastric bypass. Do you know what gastric bypass is? Gastric bypass basically means we need to reduce the amount of your stomach. But we cannot just tie it because that is banding. There's another one that is called banding, that they put a band on your stomach to reduce the volume of the stomach. But the gastric bypass, they actually chop off just a small piece of the stomach and then connect it to the small intestines so that food does not go through the bigger part of the stomach. Now, the amount of food that you eat in the upper stomach, that small pouch that is connected to the small intestines, is very minimal. One, so we have to control now, you suppress your appetite, and when you just eat that small amount of food, you're full. Understand that you might think you're full, kumbe you are a fool. Okay, those two things, you might think they're telling you because you see, you added weight because of the relationship that you had with food, the environment that you are in with food. This same environment that the food industry has created. Look at the supermarkets. You walk into a supermarket and literally everything that you want is there. So you don't see a need to go and walk and scan the markets. Look at it that way. Begin, when you're thinking about these things, look at it this way. That supermarket was actually segregated in one place. The foods were segregated in one place so that you don't see need, because most of us don't like working out, don't like just moving. You don't like moving. You want to sit there, and that's how Uber Eats and that's how Glovo has become a big deal. They bring food to your doorstep because they know you don't want to make an effort. So they came in to actually take that gap. They saw a gap and they utilized it. And that's where things went wrong. So they know, the food industry understood that if you walk into a supermarket, you don't want to do anything, you don't want to buy something here, just one thing. You go into a supermarket and buy water or a tissue paper and walk out, go somewhere else, find the ginger and the garlic. So what do? They just put a whole shelf of processed spices. You will buy them here. You don't need to go out. I mean, we brought it to you, right? So this is the time for you to enjoy them. And that's how they capitalize. So they created a food relationship that as an environment that you cannot survive. And sometimes we blame these people who are fat for no good reason. They totally try. You see, it's like sinning. When you're sinning, or when, like masturbation, you have that urge to just get the nut, just ejaculate. After ejaculating, you're regretting, like, I will never do this. I can't. I'm not doing this again. I mean, I know myself better. If I say this, I cannot do it. Give yourself 2 days. Scroll it on Instagram and see ladies crossing their thighs. You're like, this is the last time now. This is the last time. Imagine. I know I can work with this, but let me just finish this. And the dopamine hits keep on coming. They keep on coming. They keep on coming. So the only way to survive it is actually to understand you're in a problem and accept it. So you see somebody who is fat, they go and order food from a restaurant, and most of them will tell you, you know me, I eat 1 meal a day. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, let's be realistic. If you need help, you need help. Don't go to somebody and tell them, you know, I eat 1 meal a day. 1 meal a day? Okay. How did we end up here? How did we end up here? When you need help, accept from within that you actually need help. Don't accept it from here. Because remember, if you come to my consultations, what I ask you, even the online consultation, the first question that I ask is your name. After you tell me your name, I ask you, what is your age? Most ladies tell me it's not right to ask a woman's age, but you see that age is being asked for a reason. Then the next question is, what is your body weight, your current body weight? That's where people laugh. Everybody laughs. I'm like, what? Okay. What is that? That laughter, how many kgs are those? So don't get upset because I've just asked your body weight. I'm doing that because I know when you tell me your body weight, there are things that I already start to understand, and when I start asking you questions, they'll be very directional. Okay? So I want to, of course, I need to help you, and I want to help you, but you need to actually open up and be realistic. So somebody tells you, I am weighing 98 kgs, but I'm on 1 meal a day. Then I think along the way, people forget. Along the way, people forget. When you start having a conversation and now they start opening up because the environment is now clear and they have settled the anxiety because they didn't know what they expect from me. They have settled the anxiety. Now they start telling you, but you see, I love chocolate. But you see, in my car, you can't like biscuits. But you see, at noon, I basically take my fruit pudding and my juice because that is not a meal. Okay? To people, a fruit pudding is not a meal. That thing that they cut avocados, pineapples, and a mango, and a banana, and they put it and they sell it at 50 shillings. Very affordable. And you take it and you feel good. Then you tell people, now, you know, at lunch hour, I don't eat lunch. Me, I ate, no, I don't eat lunch. I don't even do breakfast. I move out of the house without eating breakfast. When I get to work at 10, they bring us the tea. That's the only thing that I take. Oh, you did not take breakfast? Yes. But that is the only thing that I take at 10. Tea. Does it have milk? Yes. How about sugar? I don't do sugar. No. But sometimes, just one spoonful. I don't do too much sugar. Now I start to think, where? Okay, tell me about your lunch. Fruit pudding. Okay, that's a good one. How about your evening meal? I take ugali, I take 2 pieces of meat and some vegetables. What is your cooking oil? Now you start realizing, and now when you catch them by the tail, They start opening up and telling you the truth. Now you wonder, where was this truth from the beginning? Let's go back to the bariatric surgeries. So one of the bariatric surgeries is actually gastric bypass. And I just told you, bypass, from just one word, the word bypass, and the word is gastric. Gastric means the stomach, and then bypass. So you're actually making a pouch on top of the stomach, a small one. And then the bigger portion is left, and then now you connect the small portion of the stomach to the small intestines directly, so that the amount of food that you take fills up this small pouch, so therefore you take a very limited amount of food, and then it goes direct to the small intestine, the procedure continues. But understand this, that God was not stupid when he was making that stomach. He was intentional with what he was doing. He put hydrochloric acid in that stomach so that you can digest protein adequately. This is the reason why when you're taking antacids or the PPIs or alcohol or the sugar and the seed oils, you are unable to digest protein. When you are unable to digest protein, what happens is you start having bloating, you pass gas, and then guess what? You are the first person to blame the meat and say, meat sits in my stomach for 8 hours. It does not. You have a messed up stomach environment. Fix it. So we blame meat for what sugar, seed oils, and all these alcohols and the PPIs and the antacids have done to us. But we don't want to blame them because we are addicted to sugar, right? We are addicts of sugar, but in denial. So now you blame the meat, and now you drop the meat. Where are you going to get the amino acids from? So imagine if you have a smaller portion of the stomach, so that means the amount of food that you're eating is now limited. When you limit the amount of food, the next thing that is coming is nutrient deficiencies, and actually that is one of the side effects of the gastric bypass surgery. I met a lady who had done this procedure in South Africa. Of course, people who do these surgeries have money, so they can afford food, but they'll still tell you healthy living is expensive. But how do you afford a surgery worth $500,000 and then tell me food is expensive? How? You can't. Thank you very much. So now this lady went to South Africa, did a gastric bypass, and the reason why I got to interact with her is because she had come to hospital for the vitamin B. It's called vitamin B complex injections. So I got interested and intrigued. Why is she taking a vitamin B12, vitamin B complex injection when she can easily fix the diet? I mean, it's cheaper to buy liver, it's cheaper to buy the eggs, it's cheaper to just fast and fix your stomach environment instead of going ahead and buying vitamin B12 injections 3 times in a week. So I asked her, why are you always on this injection? Because I'd seen her pattern coming to the hospital every week for those injections, and sometimes she takes the 3 injections and leaves so that she doesn't come to hospital all the time. And then she folded her tongue. She did like this. And whatever I saw on that tongue, my friend, do you know is it gully erosion? Or is when we were studying agriculture, we studied that gully erosion where water just flows through and forms those gullies and stuff. The tongue was so torn and it was scary. Now imagine this started a month after the surgery, and this lady is 6 months after the surgery. She has lost 8 kgs in 6 months. 8, yeah, prof, yes, geographical tongue, right? So she has lost 8 kgs in 6 months, averaging about 2 kgs every month, right? And it has stagnated for about a month. She has not lost any kgs now. So now she's coming for the vitamin B12 injections. And when she calls the doctor does not pick the call. Of course, they do that all the time, right? So I'm looking at her, I'm wondering, how about her self-esteem? How does she feel about it? Because, of course, she got the confidence because I was intrigued about her story. So she opened up and did that to me. But you could easily see that her confidence is going down. And I asked her, is this the reason why you're taking this? She said, yes. The first month when I lost about 4 kgs because it was so fast and the body was trying to adapt, so she lost 4 kgs in the first month. So she called the doctor. She told the doctor that I have these ridges on my tongue. What should I do? The doctor told her, oh, that is a side effect of this surgery. So what you can do, you can simply take the vitamin B complex injection. That will solve your problem. She also complained about very hot and cold feels sometimes at night. And this is actually one of the side effects of metformin, that drug for diabetes, because it blocks the absorption of vitamin B12. Now remember, she has a small portion of the stomach So she cannot absorb essential vitamins from food, right? Enough of them. So what does that mean? That means she's going into vitamin deficiencies. And the tongue is actually vitamin B12 and vitamin B6 deficiency. So of course it was necessary that she takes those injections. But are they going to swell? For how long shall she do that? Do you see where I'm coming from? How long shall she do that? Is it for a lifetime? Now the doctor is not picking the calls. And even most of you who have done the gastric balloon, you realize the doctor who puts that balloon in your stomach is not the same doctor who wants to get it out. Why? Because they know the problem that will come with that. So they'll refer you to another surgeon to go and remove that balloon for you. Why don't they just finish up the procedure? Because it's a package. So if I'm paying $500,000 for this, why don't you put the balloon inside me, monitor me for those 4 or 5 months, and then get it out of me? Why not? Why do you refer me to somebody else? And you people don't see that. You don't see that problem coming. So when you're limiting the amount of the stomach, of course, you're limiting the amount of food and calories that are coming in. So when you're limiting the foods that are coming into that stomach, you're getting into nutrient deficiencies. Now, weight loss is not as complicated as you people think it is. It is not. Because in weight loss, it is not about the calories. No. It's about the hormones. Because it gets to a point, how many people eat a lot of food but they don't get fat? Of course, there are toughies, but how many of them eat but they don't add weight? A lot of people. If eating so much food was a big deal, how many lawyers would be obese? Lawyers in the house, there's somebody from Webue. How many lawyers will be obese? Or lawyers have special genes that they can eat a lot of ugali but still survive obesity? Hello? Eh? How many Somalis will be fat? Yet they are very thin. They are toughies actually. How many Somalis or Kushets will be fat when they eat a lot of rice every single day? How many of them will be fat? So listen to me keenly. Weight loss is about controlling the hormones. Hormone number 1 being insulin. Bring insulin down. Hormone number 2 being estrogen. Bring estrogen down. Hormone number 3 is the thyroid hormones, the T3s and T4s. Bring them up because they are ones that actually help you in metabolism. Hormone number 4 is the growth hormone. Bring it up because it will help you in breakdown of fat. Do you need a medication for that? Do you? You only need some guidance on how to actually lower these hormones and raise the other hormones. And apparently the same procedures that lower the two hormones, insulin and estrogen, are the same procedures that actually boost the other hormones. So you don't need any injection, you don't need any surgery to lose that weight. And I saw, actually this is what they said. This surgery is considered when diet and exercise haven't worked. Hello. These surgeries, the bariatric surgeries, are considered when diet and exercise haven't worked. Now, in weight loss, 85% of losing that weight, will go through the kitchen. So when I ask somebody, of course they come with this notion that, you know what, I've tried everything. I've tried everything to lose weight, but I'm unable. Actually, I'm giving up, and I was actually considering to go to India and spend this amount of money to do this surgery. Well done. But tell me about this everything. Tell me about this everything. I have gone to the gym. Number 1 mistake. You are obese or you are overweight. Your upper body is heavier than your lower body. What are you going to the gym to do? When you already know that the gym plays only 15% to 20% of your weight loss journey. What are you in the gym doing, running on a treadmill for 2 hours when you're obese? Your upper body is heavier than your lower body, so therefore you're exerting a lot of pressure to your joints and you come out with arthritis. You will even raise the cortisol levels that will actually instruct the liver to produce more glucose. And when you have more glucose in blood, you have more insulin. You are in storage mode. You keep on storing. So what are you doing in the gym instead of fixing that kitchen? And then you come from the gym, you say, I am so hungry, I've trained for 2 hours straight, I've run on that treadmill, and you think sweating is actually fat coming out. Where people still think that when you sweat, the more you sweat, the more fat you've burned. Wacha niende gym nichome mafuta. You run on a treadmill for 30 minutes, for 1 hour, for 2 hours, and it's lying to you. The calories that are being counted there. Please try this. Try going for a road walk. Try going for a morning run. And tell me if you'll maintain the consistency of that run the same way you run on a treadmill. You will not. It is not easy. I do runs on Mondays and Saturday mornings. And I always post here. You see that? All my platforms I post there. You think it's easy to wake up and go for a run. You think it's easy to just climb that lane. The same way it's easy to just press a button and that machine goes up, and now you feel like you're running, you're going uphill. And it's counting calories and you're excited. Oh, bound 12,000 calories in 2 hours. You're lying to yourself. That's why you're running on that treadmill and you keep on adding weights. Now you start lying to yourself. You know, you go to the gym, so I have heavy bones. Which heavy bones? Which heavy bones when your estrogen levels are up because of the fat? And estrogen actually destroys the bones. Story for another day. So they tell you that I've been doing everything, and number one on the list is the gym. How about walking? How does it help? Walking is a full body exercise, and actually when you're trying to lose weight, the best exercise has to be either walking or swimming. So one, they tell you I've gone to the gym but nothing is happening. Of course, nothing will happen. Number two, they tell you I've been eating 1 meal a day. Ask them about snacking. They tell you I do snack. Actually, I'm a fan of snacking. Yeah, okay. Snacking is eating. So therefore, you've not been eating 1 meal a day. Tell me about your morning breakfast. They tell you they take tea plus brown bread. Tea that has milk. They like it short, the short tea. Chai fupi. And then they add one spoonful of sugar because they know they are moderating sugar. So sugar is not a problem. And then they come on TikTok and they find your favorite doctor talking about eating sugar in moderation, and you follow that doctor. There's one here who says sugar is in DNA. There's one who keeps on saying that where. He even shoots videos with his shopping, and in his shopping he's showing you sugar. Aye, doctor. Just moderate the sugar. What is the benefit of sugar in the body? Tell me one nutritional value of sugar. Here, post it on the comment section. One nutritional value of sugar. And I will do away with the word energy. So tell me any other reason, any other benefit you know, apart from energy of sugar. Just one. Energy does not come from sugar. Energy comes from fat cells. 1 gram of carbohydrates gives you 9 calories of energy as compared to of fat. 1 gram of fat gives you 9 calories as compared to 1 gram of protein and 1 gram of fat of carbohydrate that gives you 4 calories. So proteins gives you 4 calories, carbohydrates gives you 4 calories, fat gives you 9 calories, which means even if you combine 1 gram of carbohydrate and 1 gram of protein, you still have lesser energy than what's coming from the fat cells. So don't be lied to that sugar is going to give you energy. It's going to give you a fake high. This is the same thing that you do in the gym. So you're taking an energy drink, hoping that the energy drink has energy because of the word energy. Are you crazy? It is just sugar, and the sugar gives you a dopamine hit, and then you feel good about it. When you feel good about it, you're now lifting. You're lifting. When the dopamine level goes down, you're back to taking an energy drink. You are impatient with the gym because you don't know why you're in the gym in the first place. So go and fix the kitchen. Fix the mindset before even walking into a gym. Okay? So don't allow yourself to narrow the stomach just because you don't want to eat a lot of food. Now, this is not me saying bariatric surgeries and surgeons are wrong. No, that's a disclaimer. I don't have a problem. The decision is yours. If you want to go and do a surgery, well done. But hold back that thought of surgeries and do a weight loss program in the kitchen for about 3 months only. If you don't lose any weight, go and do your surgery. Go do that surgery. But if you do lose weight, tighten up a little bit. Number 2. Now, most of you think the balloon is actually a surgery. It's not. It's an invasive one. So it's not a surgery that will invade your tissues and all that. No. That's just a balloon that is put in your stomach. So that's not a surgery. Okay? So number 2, there's another one that is called the sleeve gastrectomy. Sleeve gastrectomy, you see the stomach looks like a curve, right? So you simply cut off the stomach in a line that simply goes like matumbo. It's like your small intestine, just a small layer on top of the stomach. So that now you have this small lining as your new stomach. The bigger part of the stomach is evaded. Now food goes through this small part of the stomach. Again, what are you doing? You're limiting amount of HCl in the stomach, therefore you'll be prone to infections, because HCl is actually there to protect you from all the microorganisms that are coming through food. So how will you be protected from microorganisms? And that's why you end up having infection after infection. You will end up having antibiotics after antibiotics. The same doctor will write you all this list of antibiotics. Number two, that HCl is there to help you tighten this sphincter so that nothing goes back and burn your esophagus. Now, if you're limiting the amount of that acid, you're opening up this sphincter. You will get the heartburn, the reflux disease. And guess what is going to happen? You will have a PPI. You will have a kit. And this is what is exactly happening. I hope there's somebody here who has done these surgeries. They will tell you they are always on esomeprazoles or pantoprazoles because their reflux is crazy. They are on antibiotics because they cannot protect themselves. They are on pre and probiotics, and they don't use fermented cabbage. No, it has to be written as a prescription. They are on PPIs and antacids because of the reflux. They are on supplements, mineral supplements and vitamin supplements, because when you limit the acid in the stomach, you are unable to absorb the minerals and the vitamins from the stomach. Look at it this way. Actually, they end up suffering from anemia. Why? Because you see, for you to absorb iron, for you to absorb calcium from the gut, you must have a strongly concentrated stomach acid. And then you must have a certain amount of the stomach acid. So imagine if you chopped up and reduced the amount of stomach acid, you are now unable to absorb the minerals, the nutrients, and the vitamins that are supposed to help your body in the healing processes. Therefore, inflammation all over. Therefore, gastritis. So therefore, another prescription is coming, actually. You see that? So it's always a prescription after the other. And now when you've taken this prescription and nothing seems to happen, to work for you, you try to call your doctor and the doctor, you have to book another appointment. And gladly, most of you will book that appointment without thinking twice because you're now desperate. You're now desperate and you go ahead and book these surgeries. You book another appointment. Let's not even go further. Let's talk about the botched surgeries. How many people die not because of the weight? They die because of the procedure. A miss in the steps of the surgery. How many people die on the surgical table? And by the way, let me say this here for free. When you're signing a consent form, you're not signing it for your own benefit. You're signing it to defend the doctor so that if he does something wrong, he's easy with it. Now, I know this will not go well with doctors, but this is the reality. That consent form is signed to protect the doctor, not the patient, no, to protect the doctor. So that if anything goes miss or amiss, he's safe. How about you? Do you have two lives? Number two, most people die in the theater. Most people die in the theater, but the deaths are recorded in either the recovery room or the ICU. Do you know why? Because the doctor has to maintain a certain level of professionalism. Imagine if you are told that your relative died in theater. What will be in your head? That the doctor made a mistake, right? Now I'm saying this because of the depth of this story. Maybe some of you have never suffered. Amjai changa. Maybe nyinyi amjai changa, mchangie mtu. And nowadays I think we are going to reach to a place where if you're telling people that you need money to go for a surgery in India, that will be on you. Like literally, that will be on you. This is not to disrespect people who are going to India for surgeries. But if you're going to tell us that I'm going to do a surgery in India, guys, how many organs are harnessed here, ferried all the way to India through organ trafficking? And then you come from here, you go to India to do a surgery to take the same organ. Aye. So you can afford air ticket to India. You want us to actually changa air ticket from here to India? And then we changa money. We collect money for your surgery and for your upkeep in India. And then you come back and still suffer the same fate. You can do better. You can do better. You can do better in your kitchen. Why would you? Please, if you're going to get money to go for a surgery, gastric bypass surgery in India, just find the money on your own. Let people use their money to invest in something else. Let them buy healthy foods. Now they have to limit their healthy foods and diets, possibly fast for another 2 days so that they can save that 2,000 shillings and send to you through that WhatsApp group. I will tell you this for free. Nobody wants to take that money to you. Nobody wants to give you that money for you to go and fix your health. Nobody cares. Because you ate yourself to this level. And possibly you do not have the information. That's the sad part of the story. But you see, you'll suffer the consequences anyway. Nature does not care that you do not have the information. You did. You needed the information. Nature does not care. So the moment you keep on telling people that mbinguni tutapewa mwili mpya, that all of us will die, and then you say that, but you become the first person to post on a video of somebody doing either surgery, a kidney transplant, or liver transplant, you're the first one to say that, or somebody who has died of cancer, you're the first person to say, cancer will one day die. Have you changed the tune? Because you're the one who was saying mbinguni tutapewa mwili mpya. Now cancer has become a very serious problem. Now you're saying cancer will one day die. Cancer cannot die. We will die. It's us who will die because we don't protect ourselves. It is easier for you to drop seed oils. It is very easy. But the consistency of maintaining that is not easy, as I put it. It is easier for you. Please, if you've never been in our subgroup and people are so sad, trying to just clear their guilt. You know, in that WhatsApp group, you might think people are there to help you, but people are there to just clear their guilt. Some of your friends in that office, they don't want to give you any shilling at all. They don't. Because they are waking up every day on a traffic jam, trying to find a living. And they're trying to invest for their families. Now you're here, you're telling them you want to go for gastric bypass surgery in India. And these are people who saw you eating yourself to where you are. These people are wondering, how am I going to... This person has been eating so much in this office, so he can afford these surgeries. Why am I supposed to give him my contributions? So the only reason why they're giving you that contribution is because of the guilt. Because you are their colleague. Oh, yeah. Wacha nimpe tu 2,000. But that 2,000, this guy has given it out with a lot of pain. Because for him, he's busy trying to make talo. For you are shopping at 20 liters of seed oils. You even posting the video on TikTok. Have you by this seen that trend? People posting so much unhealthy foods on TikTok, and they costing so much. Your favorite influencers doing a shopping for about 50,000 shillings and posting it to you because you're the poor people. You need to see that I've made it. You need to see how much I'm using, how much I'm actually utilizing the money that you send me through the gifts. Have you seen that? Somebody does a shopping of 35,000. You try to look for something in this shopping. There's nothing. There's just products. Food industry. And this is a person who will still come and cry on the camera telling you that I have endometriosis and I've been told I need 20 million to go for a surgery in India or in China or in the USA. So you cannot trust the health systems in Kenya, but you can trust the foods that are coming from outside to here. You trust the foods, the products that are coming in here. And then you trust their hospitals, and they're the ones who brought you the food that actually caused you problems. Are we crazy? Let's be realistic. Anyway, so there's that sleeve gastrectomy, the one that you cut a small piece of the stomach, is like just a lining of the stomach and connects it to the small intestines. And then there is this adjustable banding. So on the stomach, now they just put a band that ties the stomach and now limits the amount of the food that is going through that band. Okay, so they're just like limiting. It's like the gastric bypass, but now you've not cut off the stomach. You just put a band on the stomach to just separate the stomach into two lobes. So we have this bigger one and the smaller one. And the smaller one takes the food so that you can feel full as quickly as possible. Somebody is saying, we saw 35,000 buying diabetes. They do buy diabetes. And they flaunt it over here so that they make you feel bad about yourself. But the same people will come to you 5 years from now and they tell you, oh my goodness, you've been my supporters. I love you guys. You are my best. I've never had an audience like you. And of course, Kenyans are very compassionate. And you send your money. And then this guy goes, and then 5 years down the line, they are gone. Now we start saying endometriosis will die, cancer will die, heart disease will one day die. How will they die when you are feeding them? Ladies singing about hormonal imbalances. And you realize when you have put up so much weight, the hormonal imbalance will come in automatically. And I keep insisting, even that organization that is actually in Kenya that talks about PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, the founder of that organization is still obese, but he's telling you he's a survivor from PCOS. Survivor, obese. Take your time and just see. So those are the 3 bariatric surgeries. 1, the gastric bypass. 2, the sleeve. And 3, the adjustable band. Now, those are the surgeries. We have also other 2, but they're not so much common, so we'll not talk about those. They are not being marketed here in Kenya. Hospitals are even marketing the surgeries nowadays. Where? The same hospital that markets abortion on radio. Can you imagine a whole hospital marketing abortion on radio? And that favorite anchor of viewers, that favorite radio presenter of viewers, the one who is laughing as he advertises this nonsense. And then your daughters are coming back 10 years down the line, they cannot conceive, they cannot even give birth naturally. And then of course the same station will be advertising a new technique of artificial insemination. Be very cautious. Nowadays, I think you should even stop listening to the radios. And they are so intentional. In the morning, they are betting is advertised on the radio. It's advertised on radio. Abortion is advertised on radio. Vasectomy is advertised on radio. They bring in even your favorite influencer so that you can listen. They know they will have the numbers. And I told you the other day, that musician who doesn't have a name was advertising vasectomy. And then now in Nairobi, all billboards have him, his wife, and a child advertising baby diapers. So this is the same person who 2 years ago was advertising vasectomy, and now 2 years later is advertising baby diapers. So for the men who went ahead and chopped off their chopped off their balls because they wanted to please him, because he has said, don't you have a brain of your own? Don't you have a brain of your own? Think through all of these things. Ask them, what are the effects? Ask them, have they done them? They've done it themselves. They should show you, because that's their life. They always show you everything. That other influencer in Nigeria, I told you about her. That lady, she's gone for the gastric bypass surgeries. I think it's gastric bypass. Was it the balloon or bypass? Twice. It is not working. Now she's busy marketing the corsets for that industry, that company. So she tells you all this nonsense. So which is working? Can we have one route? We go with this route. At least we know if you go with the diet, you'll lose the weight. But you go and do a gastric bypass twice. You do the first one, you come back, and then you blame it on the baby fat. When I got a pregnancy, I added so much weight. And of course, ladies will be in the inbox. Oh, because the baby. Oh, so baby fat is there. Okay. So it's not about what I'm eating. It's about the fat that is coming with the baby. Babies don't come with fat. They don't. Babies don't come with diabetes. They don't. They don't. It's just you who is eating yourself to diabetes. It's you who is eating yourself to being fat. When you're pregnant, you're telling us about all these complaints, all these cravings. Which cravings? Good. Let me take a break and talk about the Nairobi physical consultations. Now, on next week, on Tuesday, we shall be in Nairobi. Where? We will be in Nairobi for the physical consultations. You can simply start booking your appointments, and I'm glad that people are already booking, so that will be interesting. Thank you, love God. That will be interesting. I think we will have the busiest of schedules, just the same way we do every other time we are in Nairobi. So we'll be in Nairobi for the physical consultations. You can use the contact that I'm pinning on my pages. All my videos on YouTube have that contact, 0707 07 47 22. That is my contact for the physical and even online consultations. Book your slot with that so that we can have conversations. It is always interesting to talk to us. Those of you who have had these conversations with us will tell you. Some of you think I'm so hard and so tough on these platforms. Of course, sometimes I have to be, because we have to make sure the point sinks. But when you come to me on those conversations, you'll be surprised. Thank you so much, Khadija. You'll be so surprised that these conversations are so easy. And when you walk out, you're like, "Hey, doctor, I thought you utanisomea. I thought you'd just be pointing fingers in my eyes. Why are you fat? Why are you diabetic? Why are you?" No, 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 no. We are professionals, bro. We are professional. We make sure that we are here to actually. Mickey has pinned that contact on my TikTok, so you can simply use that contact. Please, if you call and it's not being picked, don't give up. Simply send a text message. It will be responded. You'll be responded to. And some of you will call even at midnight. Aye, my friend, why would you call me at midnight? Somebody's asking, is consultation free? Now, Ella, let me tell you this for free. The only thing that is free is you being on this live. Do you know why? Because you're the people who totally want to step on people's professions. Imagine, I come here every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday to give you free content. I've shot a lot of YouTube, I think 680 videos on YouTube for free. I've put up over 500 videos on TikTok for free. I have put up information on my Facebook, my Telegram for free. And you come on this live and you're telling me is consultation free. I mean, no, I'm not saying, I'm not talking about, I'm not addressing you, Ella. I'm addressing people who say that one. I just read that consultation fee, but you see, there are people who keep on asking that. When I ask them, they say, yeah, I understand, I saw the fee. But this is the point. People ask if my consultations are free. They are not. Let's not lie to each other. Imagine consistently putting out this information for the last 3 years on all platforms. Consistently. Somebody is asking also how much is the consultation. Use that contact to ask that question. That will make sense. Let's continue anyway. We cannot be distracted by consultation fee. We are here to spread the gospel, and we will not allow ourselves to be distracted. Is there a question for me? Somebody who can ask any other questions that I can respond to? Doc, I once told people somewhere that a human being can survive on 1 meal a day, and I received a major backlash. It will not stop. That backlash will not stop. They will tell you over and over and over that me eat 1 meal a day. Why? I have worked so hard to have this money. Why would I eat 1 meal a day? And do you know, food is a social function. Food is actually a measure of wealth nowadays. So people will sit down to enjoy food. That's what they use. Wacha niingie hapa kwa hoteli ni enjoy chakula. And then you are coming there telling them 1 meal a day. I mean, who are you to control or dictate my pocket? Who are you? I just want to eat my chicken. How many people sell chicken to go and buy chicken and chips from a hotel? You sell organic chicken to just walk into a hotel and buy chips and chicken. How will you avoid the bariatric surgeries? How? The simplest way to enjoy foods is to eat them in their natural tastes and forms. Don't wait for the processing. They will do away with the vitamins, the minerals. They will do away with the fiber. They bring you very fine and processed powders. And you give those powders to your children. Nowadays, look at the children in schools. And I think when we had some issues with school opening and reopening, children were staying home for the longest period of time. My friend, when you try to fit these children their school uniform when they're going back to school, you are unable. The buttons are popping out because this child has a pot belly already. This child is walking with their thighs so intact. Their thighs are, they even have friction on their thighs. A baby of 10 years, a baby of 5 years, super obese. So, those are the three. Now, let me talk about the balloon. Eh? And this is for people who are coming from these high-end places. Those people whose daughters and sons walk dogs along the streets, and the dogs are obese. The dogs cannot even breathe. The dogs are suffering from depression, and depression has become just a serious disease because these dogs are overfed with products. Go to up country, Mashambani, and see the dogs there. Very lean, very fast, because dogs were designed to hunt. But nowadays we sleep with dogs in our beds, right? We do. Dogs now competing with cats inside the house. Aye. You're actually punishing those dogs, my friends. You're punishing those dogs. Anyway, the only advantage of the bariatric surgeries is actually weight loss, but very drastic weight loss, and literally your body starts getting surprised. Hey, I didn't expect this. So that's the only advantage, which is okay for somebody who possibly cannot. They are wakombali. They have become super obese. Their BMI is above 40, and they cannot go back because now their hormone balance is messed up. So they can go for the bariatric surgeries. So we are not saying do not do the bariatric surgeries, but I'm saying what is the best alternative for this? You can easily change these things, right? You don't need the bariatric surgery. Now, if you're not on my YouTube, you can simply go on YouTube. It's Health and Wellness Sport. Go there, subscribe. Let's make it happen for a brother. Build a brother as we built you. We will be here every single day to share this information with you. So don't worry. Don't worry. We will be here. And number 2, tomorrow we are having our Testimonial Tuesdays. Please, purpose to attend. Testimonial Tuesdays is a blast. People coming to share their stories, coming to inspire you with their journey, where they are, where they started from, and how they came in contact with our content. And that is just amazing. It is amazing. So you cannot miss out on tomorrow. We still have a live from 8:30 all the way to late night. We're going to talk about bariatric surgery, not bariatric surgery. We're going to talk about people's interesting recovery stories. It's called Testimonial Tuesday, so be there. On Wednesday, we'll still be here talking about another story. Of course, we'll communicate to you. On Friday, we'll only rest on Thursday. On Friday, we are back with a bang so that we close it the week on a high end. Once we close the week on a high end, we break for our physical consultations in Nairobi, and we'll come back after 2 weeks. So you can make yourself busy in those 2 weeks by just watching our videos on YouTube, joining my Telegram channel, which is Health and Wellness Sport, and being all over just on our platforms to just share your stories and inspire people. Share your views also. We encourage you to share your views. Engineer BG Mwangi, I have been working with you now for 1 year, and I can attest a lot. A lot has changed ever since. The free information online has been a lifesaver. I have reversed many health problems. God bless you. Thank you so much, Engineer BG Mwangi. Thank you so much for that. Somebody's asking, cassava ugali, is it safe? Let me tell you this, cassava is good for consumption as a complex carbohydrate. However, cassava comes with cyanides that can actually block your absorption of iodine. So therefore, it can affect the thyroid function. Therefore, somebody who is trying to lose weight, cassava is a no. Carbohydrates are a no. Okay? Yeah. So, the best benefit of the bariatric surgeries, one, of course, is the weight loss, the only one. But how about these dangers? Listen to this. Number 1, infections. Did I not tell you about the infections because of the HCl in the stomach? And of course, it is a surgery. So therefore, it exposes you to infection, and therefore recurrent infections will take you to all the antibiotics in this world. Number 2, blood clots. Of course, again, surgery problems. These blood clots in ladies, if you're trying to lose weight, get rid of that hormonal contraceptive. Get rid of it. That thing will destroy you. I'll actually say it will kill you. Estrogen is the dangerous hormone on extreme. Estrogen is the reason why you're having endometriosis, is the reason why you're having PCOS, obesity, hypertension, depression, anxiety, bone weakness, and all this. Drop the estrogen by dropping that hormonal contraceptive, that implant, that injection, those pills that you're popping, let them go. Birth control is in the hands of the men. Don't use any hormonal contraceptive for birth control. It's not in your hands. Ladies, drop. And you see, birth control pills and the estrogen-based contraceptives will top up on your levels of estrogen, which gives you clots. And imagine now, estrogen also gives you the weight. And now you go for a bariatric surgery that will actually expose you to more of the clots. So you're getting double tragedy. Avoid it. Number 3, nutrient deficiencies. Have I not told you about nutrient deficiencies? I've told you about vitamin B12 and B6 deficiencies. I've told you about iron deficiency. I've told you about calcium deficiency, magnesium deficiencies. I've told you about amino acid deficiencies, because the acid in the stomach is the one that tears out the larger protein molecules to give you the polypeptides that are chopped down by the pancreatic peptidases to give you amino acids that you absorb, that will be used to fix your hormones and the neurotransmitters will be used as structural proteins to fix your muscles, and then the rest of it is discarded as glucose and stored in the fat cells. So therefore, eat fatty meat. Do not eat lean meat when you're trying to lose weight. Fat will help you burn fat, because fat is the only macromolecule that makes sure, or macronutrient that makes sure insulin is low. When you bring insulin low, you burn what you've stored. You start losing weight. And when you lose weight through the kitchen, the sagging skin is not a big deal. You can easily fix it through the gym. But go and do a bariatric surgery. You'll have to do another one to do away with the skin. There's a program that was run by a very old doctor on a channel that was called TLC. Have you guys seen that? Where these people are put in a hospital for quite some time and fed on foods that are in the hospital. You've seen that TLC? Somebody weighing 300 kilograms and still eats 12 pizzas. Aye! And then those are the people who 40 to 50% of the population is obese. And they're the same people who write dietary guidelines for nutrition here in Africa. And then they pump it into our throats. I shared the diabetes treatment guidelines in Kenya 2024 on my Telegram channel, Health and Wellness Spot on Telegram. Go and watch that. Go and read that diabetes guideline. And you will see where they've written acknowledgement. They have acknowledged a pharmaceutical company that actually makes insulin. This is a company that makes insulin for treatment of diabetes, but it's the same company that's actually sponsoring the guidelines for treatment of diabetes. Do you expect to survive? No. And they've written all this information about type 1, type 2, and gestational diabetes and all that. They've involved all the causes, genetics, bad diets. They never tell you what bad diets are. They've included even the treatments, the medication, the pills, plus the injections. They've included the complications of diabetes, but they've not told you those are the same complications for drugs that are used to treat diabetes. And then they've gone ahead and told you even how to recover from side effects of insulin therapy, because that is hypoglycemia. They've told you to snack. They've gone for non-pharmacological treatment of diabetes. They've told you to eat all types of fruits. They've actually used the word all colors, all fruit colors. So basically eat all types of fruits. And they've said plenty of all colored fruits. Fruits of all colors, sorry. That's what they said. And then after all that, nobody has said anything about if somebody has recovered from diabetes, how do you taper down the medication? Nobody has mentioned that. Do you think you'll ever recover from diabetes? Do you think you'll recover from diabetes? Imagine somebody telling you how to treat diabetes, the type of diabetes, the causes, and all that. And then they never tell you, if you recover from diabetes through these treatment guidelines, how do you taper down the drugs? Do you stop instantly or do you drop them stepwise? Nobody has talked about that. That tells you, those guidelines are actually telling you you'll never recover from diabetes. Let's be honest. So if you're that person who follows, the guidelines, these guidelines, that, peer-reviewed papers, these peer-reviewed papers, that, you're just wasting your time. And this person who signs those documents is actually that same doctor who used to sing to us about the COVID, COVID updates on your TV, gracing your TV with the COVID updates to sell you the fear. Once he sells you the fear, now he can sell you the vaccines successfully. The same person who puts signatures on those papers. One day we shall be understood. And through you people, we shall make this message be heard. Now they can come down and they can come and flag off these channels if they want to. But they will not flag down the information that is in your head right now. They will not. And if you're thinking this information is a joke, go and try it. Go and try it and see what happens to your body. You will never be the same person. And that's when you start trusting what I'm saying. And that's how you'll become an advocate of the health and wellness sport. So we said infections as the complication and dangers of the gastric bypass procedures, infections, blood clots, nutrient deficiencies, hernias. So you treat weight loss and you come out with hernia. Gallstones. Therefore, we are going to do away with that gallbladder. And then you will not digest fats, and then you end up adding weight. And then, of course, the botched surgeries and the death that comes with the side effects and the complications of the surgery. Of course, then more surgeries. Before you die, more surgeries. So those are the complications. So do you want to do that? Food does not come with side effects and complications. Just eating fatty meats, just eating zero carbohydrate diets will never come with side effects. The only side effect is weight loss. So the weird part is, after even doing these surgeries, they will still tell you life after surgery. What do you do after surgery? And number one on the list is monitor your diet. Am I the only one who is crazy? Like, I thought diet did not work, because they said this surgery comes in where diets and exercise did not work, right? And now the first thing you have to do after the surgery is to check your diet. Are we crazy? Class, are we all crazy? Maybe maybe I'm overthinking. Are you overthinking the way I'm doing? Why didn't you just tell me to change the diet? Why did you take me through a surgery and then tell me to do the same things that actually yeah, I would have done to lose the weight? But the problem is, the diets that they are telling you are the diets that will actually take you for a second surgery. That's why that lady in Nigeria, possibly we are waiting for a third surgery, because she still eats chapati. She loves chapati. She's Luya actually, and she makes good chapatis, because in Luya land, when you make the chapatis that have layers, you have qualified to be a wife. So now cooking good chapati is actually a standard of wife material. She still eats haugali. She still uses the seed oils. Do you expect them to recover? Do you expect them to be different? It's not chapati, it's chapati. Chapati is there's something that we make from wheat flour. You can't understand this unless you Google it. Something that we make from wheat flour, and is awesome, very addictive. There's that lady, socialite bimbo. Nguna calls them socialite bimbos. So she's a socialite, ex-socialite in Kenya, but now a socialite in Nigeria. But she's all over. You know her very well. You know her. So they'll tell you to take that plan. And you see, when they've done the gastric bypass, what they do is they give you fluids. You start by taking fluids first, and then you go ahead and take semi-solid foods, and then the solid foods. And these foods are basically just sugars. So they're just trying to sustain you. But they tell you about diet plan. What they don't tell you is these diets are simply going to take you for another surgery. So now you've paid money for the surgery, you've paid consultation for the doctor, you've paid accommodation, and then now you've paid money for the diet plan, which is coming from their nutritionists. And I told you, nutritionists and bariatric surgeons nowadays are in one WhatsApp group. I'm told there is no, it's not that one, Solomon. It's another one whose name starts with R. She has two European names, R and F. Eh? She's R and F. If you know her, please put her here in the comment section. You'll know who she is. So they'll tell you a diet plan. They'll send you the diet plan. They'll send you a gym schedule or an exercise schedule. Dennis got it right. They'll send you a gym schedule. They'll send you counseling. They'll send you to a counselor now. So now a counselor is coming in. And then they'll send you to who? They'll tell you how to maintain the weight loss through somebody else. So now you have at least 4 people who are coming in to help, like supportive team for your weight loss, for the surgery. Yes, that is the person, Makandi. That's the person, Spontaneous. That is the lady. So she markets gastric bypass. She has done two of them. The bariatric surgery is 2. Nothing worked. Then now she's marketing the corsets to just hide the tummy. At least work with one. Let's try the diet and see what happens. And they don't tell you. And by the way, most of them are inboxes of people who are very influential, who are trying to help people lose weight. I'm part of them. So they come into the inbox and they are selling. They tell you, please do not unleash my identity. Just help me lose weight, okay? And the same people who are selling supplements also busy asking me how to lose weight. And then when you help them lose weight, they use those photos to market the supplements. And they lie to you that these supplements help them lose weight. Which supplement can help you lose weight? It's the kitchen, no other supplement. But don't be lied to. This is a fat burning supplement when they are unable to burn their own fat. Good. So, do you really need a surgery to be advised to go and do exercise? Possibly a walk, to go and do dieting, to go for counseling? Do you really need to go through a surgery for you to get all this? So that means that surgery has opened doors for other opportunities and other opportunistic people and professions to just exploit you. Okay, so don't be gullible. consider this as your last option, last of the last. You're just looking into your grave, and that's the only time you say, now please do this. But if you just simply drop, yes, Lydia Mohongo, that's the one. So if you just simply drop carbohydrates in your diet, you are at 90% of your recovery in the weight loss journey. But do you think it's easy? Do you think it's easy to just drop, wake up one day and you're not eating chapati, you're not eating bread, you're not eating sugar, you're not eating the fruits? It's not easy. It's difficult. Good, I'll take in about one call and then I call it a night. Because listen to me. Tomorrow we're having our testimonial Tuesdays. Please do not miss that one, okay? Thank you so much for supporting us today. We've hit higher numbers today because I think this is a very important topic and it comes right on time. So yeah, so it's time for us to start being creative. So I'll only take about one call and then we call it a night. Thank you, Hadija, for the presence. So everybody who has gifted us, thank you so much. Everybody who has liked our live, who has conversed with us in the comment section, everybody who has shared this live, everybody who has followed us and subscribed to my YouTube channel from this live, I appreciate all of you. I promise that I'll be here to bring you healthy content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so that I can inspire you, I can change your life for the better, because I exist because my role or my purpose is to ease pain and suffering from God's people. That's what I'll do. Yes, Sonny Big.
Thank you, Doc. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good, good. I'm happy to. Long time I did not listen to your talk, but I'm happy to be here today.
Yeah.
And I've been reading many of the people asking questions. The first one was about pumpkin seeds.
Okay. What was the question about pumpkin seeds?
Eating pumpkin seeds. Are they healthy? Are they good?
Yes, they are good. They are very healthy. They have minerals like magnesium, zinc, and vitamin E that are very important for your health. However, for you to absorb the minerals, you cannot just eat pumpkin seeds because Dr. Lewis said they are healthy. You must fix the gut. You must fix the acid in the stomach by fasting, by taking water and salt, and also by dropping the foods that are actually inflammatory to your gut. Once you drop those foods, it is easier for you to absorb the minerals and the nutrients from the pumpkin seeds. So yes, pumpkin seeds are okay.
Another thing is fermented flour from cassava, and mixed with maybe yam, sorghum millet, because I see the Ugandans mix this for making ugali, brown ugali. Is it healthy also?
When you're talking about the word healthy, I think people tend to misunderstand that word healthy. The reality is this.
Is it safe? Is it nutritious? Is it good for?
It is nutritious for babies. Why? Because they have high immunity, they have a lot of activity, and their life is all over. But somebody who is trying to lose weight, because that's the essence of this conversation. If you're trying to lose weight, why would you take anything near that? Let me ask you a question. What is the nutritional value of the fermented porridge, the sorghum, the millet, and the cassava? What is the nutritional value?
I'm just reading from what the people have written there. I was writing them because you did not see many of the questions from the people who are writing.
Yeah, I hardly read the comment section because it's very destructive. So if somebody has noted that, then it's easier for us to convert. Now, this is the reality. There is somebody who is trying to lose weight or who is trying to reverse a medical condition, and there's somebody who is trying to lead a healthy life. These are two different people. Somebody is just trying to lead a healthy life and has adapted all these things, is fat adapted, can easily fast, can easily do exercises, and life is working for him. He can do those things and still survive. How about somebody who's trying to lose weight? It's difficult. So therefore, reserve that to somebody who's trying to maintain a healthy life. Thank you so much, Aloba. Thank you.
Another wrote about eggs. How many eggs should you take in a day as a lady? Somebody has written in weight loss.
I've always said if you're trying to eat eggs, eat 6 to 8 eggs every single day if you can. Eggs are self-limiting. Eggs are 50% fat. Therefore, you cannot overeat eggs. But if you can eat 6 to 8 eggs, no problem. Go ahead and eat them, even when you're trying to lose weight. Because remember, weight loss is about hormone regulation. Raise growth hormone, raise thyroid hormones, drop estrogen, and drop insulin. Eggs do not cause a spike in insulin. Therefore, when insulin is low, you start burning. You burn what you've stored, you start losing weight. So 6 to 8 eggs every day.
Okay, thank you very much, Doc, and I'll come to your line for another day and the text.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Hey, somebody's calling himself Mr. Serotonin. Let's listen to Mr. Serotonin himself.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, Mr. Serotonin. How are you?
I'm good too.
Somebody's asking, is dates healthy? Dates are sugars. Yes, continue, Mr. Serotonin.
So I have a question today.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this sister.
Okay.
Like she has a lot of acne on her face.
Mm-hmm.
Na ameenda mahosi mingi, hakuna mwenye amemsaidia. What's your suggestion on that?
How is acne related to bariatric surgeries?
I have no idea about that.
There's no relationship, therefore your question is invalid for this live. However, acne is a messed up gut. Tell her to go to my YouTube and watch the video that actually talks about fixing the gut, and tell her to do the same. Anything you see on the skin is actually a messed up gut from the mouth all the way to the exit. So when you fix that, you recover. Also, acne is high estrogen in the system. That same video is talking about how to lower estrogen. So on my YouTube channel, there's a video that is called Gut Fix. Just that name, Gut Fix. Go and type Gut Fix on YouTube and type Health and Wellness Sport. You will see that video. It explains literally everything about acne.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Serotonin, Mr. Serotonin. Just last call here.
Habari Doc.
Mzuri sana, how are you?
Salama sana ndugu yangu. Nashukuru sana leo kukupata. Muda mingi sana nilikuwa nikitafuta life yako.
Okay.
Niko na ugonjwa wa sukari almost since 2018. Na nimejaribu kutumia dawa, wakati dawa natumia sukari inaenda juu, badala ipunguze inaenda juu. Na nimeangalia video yako wakati nilikuwa nimeacha dawa ya sukari almost 1.5 year. Sasa hivi usiku nimekula ile dengu, ni kama dengu, sijui nimekula hiyo kitu, sukari sasa hii haiendi juu wala chini. Ndio nilikuwa nimejaribu kufuatilia maneno yako. Niliacha mambo ya sukari na nini ambayo chukua yuko na sukari, lakini sasa hii nasikia sukari yangu nikilala usiku inaweza kuwa 9 or 10.
Umewatch video yangu gani?
Ya TikTok nimeona ukiongea mambo ya sukari.
TikTok? You've never been on my YouTube?
No.
But I've talked about diabetes over 7 times on videos on YouTube that are actually explaining diabetes in details and why you should not trust medication for diabetes.
Nasiku kula dawa ya diabetes almost 1.5 year.
Nenda kwenye YouTube yangu inaitwa Health and Wellness Sport. Tafuta video inaitwa Natural Ways to Reverse Metabolic Syndrome. Maandika hiyo chini. Natural Ways to Reverse. Iko kwa YouTube page. Hiyo YouTube inaitwa Health and Wellness Sport. There is a video there that is called Natural Ways to Reverse the Metabolic Syndrome. Itakufunza kila kitu unahitaji kujua kuhusu diabetes na ni nini kufanya, kwa sababu nikianza kuuliza maswali hapa nitajua. Kwanza acha nikuulize swali moja. Mafuta yako ya kupika ni gani?
Ni chakula sipikangi na mafuta.
Mbona?
Mimi nakulanga tu ndengu ama inaitwa nini, maharagwe kidogo, kitu kama hiyo.
Uko na kilo ngapi?
Sasa mimi ni 79 kilos.
Good. Nenda kwenye hiyo page uone hiyo video inaitwa Reversing Natural Ways to Reverse the Metabolic Syndrome, itakusaidia sana. Karibu sana. Guys, I have done literally all videos about the chronic conditions and the metabolic syndrome on YouTube, and they are interesting. You need to watch those videos. Good. I think I have done my due diligence tonight. So, oh, yeah, I have done my due diligence. So this is what we're going to do. Tomorrow we are meeting up here for the testimonial Tuesdays. So be there with your testimony and help us understand all this information that you've gone through. Help somebody else learn about new things from you. Inspire somebody else. Okay. So this is the last person who is this? Hello. Who is this?
Hello.
Yes. Team
It's Kekeli.
Team Kekeli. How are
I
you?
don't know. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I don't have any question actually. It's just that this is a topic that is like I saved myself from those surgery.
Okay.
And I feel like just telling people, if you come to the point that you have to consider bariatric surgery or those other methods, then maybe it's the point for you to accept that you are fat, you are obese, and then with this acceptance, you can start doing something, because it don't even take 2 months. You will lose weight in the best way that can even like possible. And we are not on Testimonial Tuesday. Should I say a short story?
Okay.
Yeah, I've been saying this. It's like my doctor suggests I do surgery because, the nutritionist couldn't help me. I lose only 5 kgs in 6 months with her. I was allowed to eat actually everything and more of the yogurt and those things. Yeah. And this is the so-called balanced diet.
Yep.
Even things I wasn't like yogurt or those things, I don't like them actually. But she asked me to be eating them. And then I have to eat like 5 times a day, like not big portion, but small portion over the day, like 5 times. So when we started like managing the amount of food, I tried to lose, I lose like 5 kgs in 6 months. And then after the session with her, like I add like 25. This is so frustrating. Whoa. Like
you
don't even know.
You lost 5 and then you added 25.
Oh yes.
You can't make this stuff up.
And I always said I do understand, because when you are obese or you have sicknesses, you try your best, but it's not easy because the hormones are speaking here.
Yeah.
So you are always hungry. You can try as much as you can, and after you feel like dizzy, you are fainting maybe. So this is why I keep saying I will preach as much as I can.
Yeah.
It's just like if you understand the principle, like eat fat to to lose fat.
Yes.
You don't need to be afraid of hunger pangs, because there will be no hunger. And this is something that maybe I think if you are obese, you are always, you have this fear that you cannot manage when you get too weak.
Yeah.
Or when your sugar, because obesity means diabetes. So when your sugar goes down, you don't know how to manage it.
Yeah.
So you are always afraid of going, doing something you don't know. But I think the keto diet is, I don't know.
Tremendous.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So if somebody is here and is maybe thinking about this surgery or how to start, just start today. I go to the kitchen, clean up every mess. It's your money, but health is more important.
Yeah.
Like, this is very important because people are telling you go for the surgery, but they have big belly. I'm sorry, I went to my doctor today and I saw them,
Yeah.
like big bellies, asking me for surgery, but hey, help yourself.
Yep.
And this is how they are going to destroy you. Some people are really sensitive. Like any small thing hurts you more than the other people. So at this note, like, thank you, Health and Wellness God again.
Amazing.
Please just do something. Start today.
Man, thank you so much for coming through and just sharing your inspirational story. It's always interesting to listen to you, you know that. So,
Yeah.
and now that you're in the West, try and help those people change their lives for the better. Those who want to move with you, let them move with you. Those one who wants to argue, let them argue. I know. Those ones who want to
Very
argue, let them
stubborn.
argue. Move with those who want to move with you.
Mhm.
Man, thank you so much. Oops. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of us this night. Somebody saying I need a rehabilitation for weight loss. No, weight is just in your kitchen. Lose it from the kitchen. So thank you so much for being amazing, for being an amazing audience tonight. We have had about an hour and 38 minutes, and this is just interesting. Tomorrow we are doing our testimonial Tuesdays. Be part of it. It is always interesting. It's fire. So be here by 8:30 Kenyan time, 8:30 p.m. Kenyan time. We shall do this as always. We shall also be here on Wednesday. We shall be here on Friday. Thank you, girl child. So, understand that this channel exists because its intention is to bridge the gap between you, the general public, and healthcare. I am not a superhuman. I'm just somebody who understands healthcare, and I try to break it down in a language that you can actually understand with ease. And then the best part about it is you practice it. You don't just take it and sit back. You simply practice it, and if it works for you, share the information widely. My YouTube channel is Health and Wellness Sport. Be there and support our job. Support our channel so that we can grow together. Until tomorrow, I hope that you can have a good night. Go and take about 6 to 8 hours of rest because it's important in your journey. Have a good night, have a good morning, have a good afternoon from wherever you're watching us from. Thank you.